Now talking about running back Robert Washington. He's from North Carolina. He has offers from Alabama, Florida, Michigan, the like. Also has Syracuse among his final 6 schools. Joining me now on the far end here, former SU football player Jeremi Wilkes. Thanks for joining us, Jeremy.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And from Scout.com, CuseNation.com, Mike McCallister. Mike, thanks for your time as well.
Absolutely.
You know, Jeremy, I'll start with you. He's making his decision on Saturday, is Robert Washington. He's choosing among 6 schools. What are these final 48 hours like for somebody like yourself who was in this position just a few years ago?
It's really hectic. You know, it starts out hectic just for the simple fact of you're making a huge decision in your life. You know, and for me, my biggest decision was, you know, will I be a good fit? And will it benefit me in the long run?
No question about that. Now, like Washington, he's choosing between Syracuse and a lot of the so-called big boys of college football. You chose Syracuse over Florida State. Was that difficult? What went into that thought process?
At first, it was a difficult decision just because of the glamour and the lights of Florida State and being from Florida and that being my first offer. But when I really sat back and looked at it and, you know, looking at the scheme of things and really looking at the school and how Syracuse was on the rise and just really being able to have an immediate impact on the program, that played a big part in my...
Now, Mike, you go over these recruits night and day for your job here. How big would it be, perception at least, if Syracuse were able to land Robert Washington here?
You could argue that it's a program changer, simply because nationally, perception-wise, not only you know, with Syracuse fan base creates a little bit of buzz, but nationally with other recruits, it makes them open their eyes a little bit more to Syracuse, and then it sends a statement that Syracuse is serious about trying to get back to where they were in the 90s when the McNabbs and the talented players across the country were coming to Syracuse.
The last thing I'll ask you, we've got about 20 seconds here. What have you been hearing on the front here? What is Robert thinking about?
I think he's already made his decision. That's kind of my impression, and it's just sort of waiting until Saturday to make his decision known to the public. But Syracuse is definitely in the mix, and even if he were to pick a school other than Syracuse, they're not going to stop. They'll continue to go after him.
No question. Saturday is the decision, right?
Yes, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. We'll bring that to you. No question. Kelly Cowan will have that coverage. But Jeremy, Mike, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks, absolutely.
Let's send it back to Matt and Megan at the desk.
Great perspective from those guys.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah.
We hope the Orange gets the big player, that's for sure.
Right. We'll be watching. That'll do it for us for NBC3 News at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Coleman.
I'm Matt Mulkey. I'll see you again tonight on the CW6 News at 10 and NBC3 News at 11. We'll see you later on.